Hello, and welcome back to the LovePod Podcast. On today's episode, we are switching gears and we're taking a break from the Love is Blind content, and we're going to start covering season 6 of The Circle, which just premiered this past week on Netflix. So if you're not caught up, you might want to come back after you watch those first 4 episodes. But on today's episode, we have a special guest, Alex Lake, from season 1 of The Circle, who is a previous podcast guest on our show. We're going to chat about the new contestants and give our predictions for the rest of the season. Let's get into the episode.
Hello, Pod Squad. I'm Dina. That's Jordan. And down below me, I think, is our very special guest for this season, Alex Lake from season 1 of The Circle. You may remember him as Catfish Adam. Welcome back to the pod.
Thanks for having me. Always.
We'd love to have you. And we're going to have to love to have a mini you here soon, huh?
I would hate to think that is what my child will be.
Well, a mini you plus Gina.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Like I don't know if the world can handle 2 of you.
All of my best attributes are Gina, so hopefully it has more Gina than me.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we love you both, and we're so excited to have you back to recap this season 6 of The Circle. All right, guys. So this has been a very interesting season so far. We have our first AI bot, and we are no longer in the UK. Alex, how do you feel about the move to Atlanta? Would you have preferred that?
For me, no.
Yeah.
No.
Did you get to check out London?
Go somewhere new. What?
Yeah. Did you get to check out London and everything while you were there?
Well, it wasn't London. It was Manchester.
Oh,
so
okay.
Little sleepier than London, but
different.
It's still a very nice city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So not as exciting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If somebody said come to Atlanta and tape the show, I'd still go to Atlanta. It's not about where you are. It's about, the experience of being on the show. At least it was for me.
That's true. And you guys are in the apartments a lot of the time. What about you, Jordan? Manchester, Atlanta, which would you prefer if you went on the show?
I mean, Atlanta's a pretty short drive for me, so he's a muggle.
I did not have good times in Atlanta, so I think I also would have to go with Manchester. Plus, I need a stamp in my passport at some point. Anytime soon would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we moved to Atlanta. We've got the AI bot twist. Now we meet the first players. So first up, I rated their percentage, I think, Catfish, whether I think they're going to use some of their personality and some lies, 100% Catfish, or maybe 0 or 50% Catfish. So let's go through them. First, we have Kyle, the pro basketball player, and I said he's going to be about 50% Catfish because he's leaving out quite a few details. He is not single. He's not talking about him being a basketball player. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, I like him a lot. I love his dog, and I don't typically love dogs.
Juice. I love Juice.
But I think, if you're gonna catfish, go all the way. What is this half measure? I'm gonna say I play basketball, but I'm not gonna say I play basketball. It's I
think he said he was gonna be a trainer, a basketball trainer, and I'm like, that's not too far of a leap.
This is essentially your job anyway, except you play professional basketball. I don't know.
Yeah, and it hasn't come up yet that we've seen.
I mean, as you could tell from the way I played the game, I like it when people lie big and make big swings. And I don't care if it works or not. I just like somebody trying something really hard.
So let's, Jordan, get your opinion on Kyle, because I love the dog. I mean, Deuce, I think, should win it all. But what did you think so far?
I do like the dog too. And I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But to me, I don't think that necessarily being a pro basketball player would be a negative thing. I mean, maybe. I guess he knows. I guess he knows more than I do, but I can't see how it wouldn't be it would be kind of interesting, I think. So I don't know. I feel like I guess it should be an easy lie to skate around, I guess. No one's going to assume that you were a pro basketball player, I guess. So.
Yeah. Well,
he's got the body.
He does have the body. How, like, in all actuality, like, how many basketball players can you name?
The ones who have dated the Kardashians.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And
Steph
probably
Curry.
ones that don't play anymore.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
So, like, he could just say, yeah, I play basketball. I don't know.
Yeah. He's not, I don't hate him. I don't love him. He's middle ground for me. Let's talk about Lauren, who I went with 0% Catfish. She's a gamer and cosplayer, which I love. And she's recently single, so trying to find love, maybe?
Terrible way to find love, but yes, try.
Hey, it worked for... Anyway, moving on. What did you think about Lauren?
I mean, I like Lauren because, I mean, I like the gamer. I think I can see how someone might think that she's a catfish, though, because coming in as like this gamer girl, anime girl, you know, I get it. But I like her. And I wasn't surprised that she was one of the top 2 already. So, I mean, I like her.
She's growing on me for sure.
She definitely has a streamer personality. Not at all surprised.
What is a streamer personality?
I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I think she has one.
All right. Alex, what do you got?
What do I have for Lauren? I like her. I don't think I have any qualms. Yeah.
Yeah, she stands out, but like she stands out because she kind of doesn't. She's just friends with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, you know, playing it safe, that's cool too.
He plays it very safe.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of like, I would say Joey from your season, where it's like friend to all, just trying to like be who she is.
Yeah. And she's doing a good job at that. I mean, she's one of the first influencers.
And then we have Miles Young Poppy Fuego. I can't get through it without laughing. I went with 30% Catfish because he is willing to lie to play the game. We haven't seen it yet, but describing himself as the life of the party and that he looks like a F-boy, you know, I'm not loving it. Not loving it so far.
It's funny that he says like, oh, I'll lie to win this game, but I feel like he's been completely sincere the whole game.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
He's not lying to win. And he's just being sincere, and it's working for him in some ways, at least.
But some to his detriment. The first game, which we'll get into, he just was completely honest, and I think that didn't work out well for him. He seems to be redeeming himself now. But Jordan, what were your thoughts on Poppy Fuego?
I like him. He's like the most interesting character so far.
Okay.
I thought, like, I don't know. He's definitely the most like interesting, I think.
Yeah, he is very dynamic. I'll give you that.
He's got a look, and he lives.
He does have a look. He's definitely one of the ones that if you lined up everybody from the cast and asked me who was on it, I would for sure point him out first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have my personal favorite. His catfishing reminds me a lot of you, Alex. We have Brandon, also known as Olivia, obviously 100% catfish, going hard there. Our adult Cabbage Patch Kid. I love him. I love him so much.
It's great.
What did you think about Brandon, Jordan?
I like Brandon. He's cool. I am a little worried about him, though. Of course, I'm a little worried that he's not going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Did you feel like that a lot, Alex, about catfishing as Adam?
That's a good
Hello?
question. Did I feel like I couldn't pull it off?
Yeah, were there moments of doubt that when you were having your conversations or playing the games that you felt like
I
you
mean,
were
there's
veering
always an
towards?
anxiety of like, oh, I am fucking up. I am fucking up. I am fucking up. But at the end, I didn't really care. At least
Okay.
looking back at it now, I would say I didn't care. Maybe I cared more then, but I don't even think I did.
Was it just about having fun and a new experience for you? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I can see
maybe
that.
winning the money.
Yeah, who's
It's
going to
not a ton
complain
of
about an
money,
extra
but maybe
100K?
winning it. Yeah.
That'll cover diapers for like a year and a half.
Yeah, at least. No, I like Brandon a lot. A lot of the thing is I feel like the way he talks through his game is a lot of what I felt, but he
Okay.
all of his emotions are very much on the surface. Like in that I think it's the first episode where he's crying because
Yeah.
everything is just moving too fast and he feels like he's like falling behind. That is a constant feeling I had when I was in the circle, is like people are talking really fast, people are really quick, things are coming up, and I feel like I don't have the time to respond in a way that's on par with like the interactions I'm getting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. How much of the game did you spend? Because we only see such a small percentage of the interactions. How much of it is spent in private chats versus games versus just like playing puzzles and trying to entertain yourself?
Well, the games last forever. Typically the puzzles have like time caps on it. It's like you have a half hour to make a painting, you have a half hour to do this.
Okay.
But even then, yeah, the games all take forever. And then the private chats are usually pretty brief. Usually they might not air all your private chats, but what you see of them is the bulk of the chat, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, of course it might have changed in 6 seasons, but
well, there's that too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely with the AI, that's a new twist that everybody seems to think is dumb. They're all going for the AI that wouldn't act human in the least. And I'm thinking, there's producers, there's top programmers working on this thing. I think they're not giving Max enough credit, but we will get to Max. Our next cast member, I'm going to ask you first, Jordan, because we've got good old Southern Cassie. I love her. I said she's 20% catfish because she said to catch the catfish, she must act like a catfish. And she is essentially on vacation. She's so excited as a mom to be out of the house and sleeping on her own. So Jordan, what do you think about Cassie?
Oh yeah, I mean, as a mom, having like basically a free hotel, not free, whatever, a free hotel room for any period of time to be alone is a dream come true. She's cute. She's typical, short Southern blonde, bubbly. She's cute. I don't really have a lot of opinions about her yet, though.
Okay. Yeah, she's an underground player right now. Yeah. We haven't seen a ton. What about you, Alex? What are your thoughts on Cassie?
I feel like in this first block of episodes, she hasn't done very much, but I like her. She's super charming. Yeah.
Her and Brandon were the two of the first to agree to come on the podcast. So I have soft spots for them. And if you guys end up watching, hi guys, we hope to talk to you soon. Alex says hello, and Jordan too. And we will move on to, we've got a lot of emotional support going on this season. We've got Steffi and Herbert, our emotional support skeleton, ESS. I said 20% catfish. She said she was going to say that she is not a psychic, which
probably a good decision.
Thoughts? Yeah, but then she really leans into the astrology, psychic, yoga stuff when she talks.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, what do you think?
Generally speaking, mediums don't do well on shows like this.
Okay.
Yeah, usually they end up with egg on their face because, they're supposedly communicating with the beyond, and ultimately when there's so little to go off of. It's so hard for the beyond to even understand, if that makes sense.
Well, I hope her dead aunt is really with her and picking up on things in the other apartments that we don't see.
Maybe her dead aunt is on vacation.
She could be.
Follow her to Atlanta, and yeah, she's just like,
she's with Cassie. Cassie doesn't know she has someone to take care of right now. Jordan, what are your thoughts on Steffi and Herbert?
I feel bad. I keep forgetting kind of that she's there. Because I was going through my head when I think it was, I don't remember what episode it was because I've only done the first two, but there was a little part where it was like the boys were all having like a little chat and then the girls were all having a little chat and I kind of forgot about her. So I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know how you forget about our lead yoga instructor.
And the skeleton, but yeah, I don't know.
The skeleton.
Love Herbert. I love
Herbert.
My favorites are the dog and the skeleton.
Yeah, they really should have their own profiles. I think they should at least be featured, but that might be an advantage that's unfair to the other cast because how are you not going to vote for Juices? I just don't. Yeah. You always go with the dog or the skeleton, depending on what your thing is. And then we have Caress, aka Paul, who I didn't know her brother is. Oh God, now I forgot the song that he sings, but he.
Boo thing.
You want to sing a little bit of?
Yeah, you're a little boo thing. Yes,
that one. And I guess he just went and performed at the White House or for the White House or something like that. So he's a big deal, and nobody's recognized him yet from that group.
I mean, the thing is that it's like a TikTok song, and I don't know.
True.
I don't like. Do they even make music videos for those songs?
That's true. I don't know, but I saw he has a lot of followers. I was looking at the cast list and it's like, everybody has a couple thousand right now. I'm sure that'll grow as the show goes, but he has like tens of thousands of followers. Yeah. So
didn't you say he had 300,000 followers?
Yeah.
Okay. Hundreds of thousands of followers. Yeah.
That's a pretty good bit.
Well, that is like the main song for the last, probably not so much anymore, but like last year on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely been around, but yeah, I would have no idea who sang it or what they looked like. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I would have thought that he was the basketball player. And yes, Caress, obviously 100% Catfish. I don't think there was any question there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and to me that it's a more interesting Catfish. I mean,
okay,
her and Brandon. It's like it's a 3 or a 180 on who they actually are. I mean, there are portions of them because you can't separate oneself from oneself, but
right,
like it's just a different person. So it makes it more challenging and more interesting.
Yeah,
it makes the show more interesting.
Well, of course, Catfish absolutely make the show more interesting. And I actually saw some comments, I think in Reddit or Facebook, they want a season of all Catfish, not knowing that everyone's a catfish. And I think that would be an amazing season. I would love to see that. Maybe the powers that be at Netflix will be watching and listening.
Yeah.
We can only hope. And hoping, I don't know what you guys think about the apartments, but I would love that interior decorator to come. Obviously, this room is bare, but do a number on my apartment. I don't know if anybody has a favorite or one that stood out to them, but I love them all. I want to live in that apartment building.
Yeah. These apartments compared to the ones in previous seasons, they seem like even more theatrical in a way, even more stagey, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, less, it's not that they're not livable. It's just each room makes a very clear statement.
Yes. I felt like they were really built, even though the previous seasons are a little bit built for each of your personalities or who you're playing. This more than ever, you have a very clear Barbie dream house for Cassie, and Lauren has this kind of bohemian woodsy vibe. And Steffi with the crystals has got all purple, gemmy kind of things.
And then young Papi Fuego, his room has like weird yellow columns, like Greek columns painted on the wall. And
I thought maybe that
it's a weird room.
I thought maybe represent like coding or something like that. I don't know, like the 1 and 0. I got nothing. I just Jordan, did anybody else stand out to you?
No, because I was actually going to mention Cassie's pink Barbie room.
Yeah. So. I could see why that one would stand out. That was a good one too. I just thought it was so cool. It's what they do at the apartments every season. And these ones seemed a little more interactive too. Looks like they had stuff hung up that you could play with and mess around with. So you guys must get bored.
That style-wise, I really liked Brandon's room.
Okay, Brandon has
like jewel tone.
Oh yes.
And like wallpaper and stuff. Like that was my favorite.
Yeah, the marble not countertops, like cabinets too, instead of just like plain solid cabinets. I thought that was really cool. If I were to decorate, that's probably what it would end up looking like, even if I was trying to decorate Miles' apartment. Were you happy with the room that you got, Alex?
Yeah, I think I had so when I was on the show, I was only in 2 rooms the entire time. It was my room where I played. And then when I went to go see Seaburn / Rebecca, I went into her room, his room, their room. And compared to Seaburn's room, my room had high ceilings. It was spacious. There was an extra bedroom. And Seaburn's felt like it definitely had a lower ceiling. It felt more cramped. I think I got like a really nice room.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize you would think they're all like, other than the decorations, everything's standard, but maybe they liked you a little bit better over there on Netflix and C4.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so. Who knows?
Okay. Then we had some private chats. I didn't think anything was super memorable in the beginning. The first group chat, Miles went first. Usually a bold move, according to this season at least. And Brandon, Olivia, seemingly a little basic at first. We saw him get upset. And then Miles hating on Steffi for her astrology hobby, opinion, lifestyle were what I picked up on.
Yeah.
If you hadn't seen them, I guess, and seen their characters, was there anyone that you guys would have immediately thought was a catfish based on their conversations?
It's so hard to say, especially so early in the game. And when you're playing, you're constantly ping-ponging between this person could be 100% legitimate or 100% a catfish. Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, I thought if I hadn't seen them, Caress, Paul would be immediate one. And then if I had to pick again, I would go Miles, just because he seems so that personality. Like you can kind of predict what he's going to say and how he's going to react to things.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the game for real, Jordan? Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. I thought some of the questions, I was surprised by some of the answers on some of the questions. But it definitely made Miles look like an outsider pretty immediately, which I guess if somebody had that idea that he might be a catfish, could maybe back up that theory. Maybe.
What were your thoughts on his controversial answers, Alex?
Oh, the game made me respect Miles a lot more, if anything.
Okay.
I mean,
for telling the truth.
Yeah, he's just like not afraid of saying like, well, this is what I believe in. He's not really considering like the game aspect of the game, and he's just like putting himself forward.
Yeah, which seems against what he initially said he was going to do. I don't know if he forgot or changed his mind, but so far, from what I can tell, it looks like he's playing exactly as himself.
Yeah, or he just doesn't see the advantage of lying at this point. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure you must have had, like, did you have a book of things that you said because it might get hard to keep track of?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No, I should have taken better notes the entire time I was there. I should have taken notes on everything, and I generally did not. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants.
Sure. Jordan, would you be a note taker? Would you just kind of roll with it?
I guess if I was catfishing, I would probably have to take notes because I would forget what I said, I think, pretty easily.
I would too. I don't know how you would keep it up, especially with so many people coming and going, different conversations all day, and you can't put a face with the name. So trying to remember that would be, then again, I could barely remember that what time zones are. I always schedule these for the wrong time. I don't have the best memory.
Yeah.
What about the
it helps
Go ahead,
to take
sorry.
It would help to take notes, definitely. But it's also, I don't think, completely necessary. It's just for strategy. If you're trying to run any sort of game, you want to have all the information that you can get.
Oh, yeah. I don't even necessarily mean on the other players. I mean what I told them, because I don't think I could remember
You can't
my
keep a
story.
story straight?
Nope. Not if I'm lying.
Oh,
That's how
easy.
you know. I hope I never have to get interrogated by the cops because, man, you're getting the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
No, you are getting a lawyer.
Yes.
And they will help you with
yes.
what you divulge or don't divulge.
I'm innocent, I swear. Okay, the private chats, we have Kyle and Lauren, Paul and Lauren, Olivia and Steffi, Miles and Cassie, and the what did they call it? The Blonde Brigade or something like that. I don't remember the name of their little posse. I probably wrote it down somewhere. But now Paul and Lauren each think each other is a catfish. And little do they know, there's someone coming in that's going to be the biggest catfish of all. He's not even human.
Yeah, I feel like Lauren is pretty astute when it comes to the catfish. Because, I mean, I guess nobody's really pointing their finger at Brandon/Olivia yet, but yeah, I feel like Lauren is good at saying this person is a catfish and being so far pretty much right.
I think Brandon, Olivia recovered really well when in the beginning he was really worried about it. And now, because other players are maybe standing out a lot more in their conversations or their inconsistencies, you definitely redemption and the heat is off so far.
Yeah.
Jordan, did any of the private chats stand out to you?
I mean, I thought they were all pretty basic early on, establishing some potential alliances. People grouping together because they have the same hair color. I don't know. Nothing really stands out. I thought they were safe enough.
Then we move on to the ratings. We have alliances developing already. I had Kyle chose Lauren as his number one. Brandon, Olivia chose Steffi as their number one. Miles chose Cassie. And then Caress, Paul chose Lauren last. And Brandon, Olivia chose Miles last. Wow, that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And then I was surprised by the rankings. I thought Miles was going to rank a lot higher. We had Caress or Paul in 7th. Then Cassie and Miles tied for 5th, which I think makes sense because, again, Cassie wasn't super standout this episode. Steffi in 3rd. And then our influencers, Brandon and Olivia, Brandon/Olivia and Lauren. What did you guys think about the ratings?
I mean, I was surprised that Olivia Brandon shot to the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I kind of expected Lauren to be pretty high. But yeah, Brandon Olivia was Wait, Brandon Olivia was 2 or 1? I can't remember.
I believe 1 because
Okay.
he made a comment about being chosen as I think the top influencer, but you can't really tell clearly on the screen. They just kind of show both of them.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Lauren and Miles. Sorry?
You thought it was going to be Lauren and Miles?
Yeah.
Well, because I think Miles shot himself in the foot with the game.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But I thought from the first chat, it seemed like a few people were initially really suspicious of Olivia. So I was surprised to see,
Yeah, absolutely.
Them taking the number 1 spot. So.
And then they chose the 2 new influencers. We have Corey Taylor. I've just been saying QT the whole time. Sorry, yep. Corey, it's a lot shorter. And then Max, our non-human. What do you think of their initial first impressions, Jordan?
Of both of them? Or either one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either one.
I mean, Corey's cute and interesting, I guess. I'm particularly excited about the AI thing. I think that it's really cool. I think it was, first of all, right now is the perfect time to bring something like that in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see where it goes. I would love it if the AI won. It'd be great.
I wonder
There's no way they'll allow that to happen. There's no
they
way.
would save $100K. They'd save $100,000.
There's no way. But I also love Max. I think it's really smart and fun and funny. And I think it's playing the game really well.
Yeah. I would hope it's the best at playing the game. It's got the knowledge of how many humans in its brain. I would not have thought of AI as being, I would think it was smarter than me. So I would think it was more strategic just initially. I don't think I would have called out Max or known that he was the AI, but definitely wouldn't go the other way where everyone seems to be thinking the AI is going to sound, I don't know, what would you call it when they call out the other players? They're like, oh, well, the AI couldn't do that because they wouldn't know XYZ. Not sure what the term is, but.
Well, they're expecting the AI to be like a little colder, a little warmer, a little rigid. But no, Max does have some personality. It's not much, but it's something.
No, it is. The dogs are his personality, which I get. Yeah. I mean, you guys see them all the time on these feeds, but he's really leaning into that and just holding on for dear life, which again, I would probably do too. Maybe, oh my God, what if I'm an AI? What if I'm an NPC?
The whole time.
Yeah. Crap. The only other notable thing I had was that I feel like I'm officially too old when they're using words like mid and sus. And I'm like, hold on, now I have to look up what that means. Hold on, now I have to look up what that means. I mean, sus I can kind of get, but
does Max use those words or to the kids?
Just the cast in general, the kids. Yeah. I'm sure. I think Max will start using them now that everyone else does because he's got some game in his hashtags. But no, just the other cast so far. I picked it up a couple of times and I was like, oh God, I never thought I'd become my parents, but here I am.
Well, I have a 12-year-old, so I have a leg up. I've got the.
You got the intel. My nephew has tried to school me, and I've already forgot the 3 that he taught me. It was more than 3 days ago, so
in, out, one.
Do I need this? How many teenagers in early 20s do I talk to? Okay, we can just push that aside. And then, as we're rolling into episode 2, besides the 2 new cast members, I thought it was really funny. Steffi said she thinks Brandon Olivia is an older dude. Like just kind of picking up on things pretty quickly. And then I said, Max establishes dominance and pees on the group chat with the first message because everybody loved Max. Everybody was such a big fan of Max. And no one was as excited about any other players so far.
Gotta be the dog.
Well, they don't know there's a dog.
Oh, well, they don't know he's there, right? But they know
Yeah.
he's in the. I feel like somebody commented on having a dog, but maybe that was for Max. I wonder if they're going to reveal that, or if Kyle will choose to reveal it. That could be either big bonus.
Oops, you muted yourself. There you are. Wait, no, you muted yourself.
Was trying to slide over to my notes and I hit the wrong button. And then my computer was lagging because I'm not an AI, clearly. Okay, then we had private chats, Lauren and Max, Olivia and QT, Caress, and then the men and the women, Caress, Paul, Max, the men, Miles and Kyle, and then Steffi and all the women. So anything memorable come out of those for you guys? Yeah, it's hard to remember them all. That's why I just put who had what.
Yeah, it's like I watched all 4 of these episodes back to back, so it's all kind of
it's hard
and a blur.
Well, let's go this way because this will probably make it go a lot quicker too. Were there any episodes that any chats that stood out to you from like all the private chats? Because there are a lot, but maybe there's 1 or 2 that you thought were the most strategic or the biggest alliance forming.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of small alliance building happening.
Yeah.
Which is exciting and good because I feel like in previous seasons, it takes a while to get there because everybody is so like focused on community and family and like building like a sort of nest.
Yeah.
And these people I feel like are more strategy driven and out the gate, like, let's play this game. Let's win this game. Which I feel like sort of almost every circle season, it's been a little more and more, which to me makes the game more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I thought obviously you didn't have the benefit of seeing prior seasons, but almost like they do with Too Hot to Handle, where they lie about which show they're going on. They should set up this other fake pre-reality show and then reveal they're on the circle. So if they haven't seen the show or aren't familiar with the strategies, then they would all have the same advantage going in.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're going on the show, you could easily watch for this season 5 other seasons of this show and get an idea of what it is. But yeah, it would be difficult to sit and binge 5 seasons.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen Too Hot to Handle. Jordan, you've seen it, where all the singles are told they're going on some other dating show.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know to watch it if you weren't.
Well, yeah, you just think it's a new dating show.
Yeah. Jordan, what did you think? Any standout private chats for you?
I think the one with like where there was the guys and the girls, I think that's the last part that I've actually watched. I'm not caught up yet. But I will say that one thing that stuck out to me with the girls group is that Lauren wasn't in it. And I don't remember if she was the only one. No, not that I.
Maybe I just. I just put Steffi and everyone, and I didn't even comment about Lauren. Yeah, it must be right.
She wasn't. I think she's the only girl that wasn't in it, which was interesting to me. So I wonder if they all think she is a guy, or what. So I'm curious about that.
Did you pick up on that, Alex?
I don't. I mean, I don't remember. But I doubt that I wonder why she just wasn't in that chat.
I had written everyone, but at that point it was hard to keep track. There's so many people in this game. I thought the guys move was probably the most memorable one because they formed this gender-based alliance and then it all fell apart pretty quickly. So I was thinking, I get what you're doing, but putting all those eggs in one basket, now they'd start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then let's see, I was not happy with Miles at this point in 2 episodes in with his answers to things. I will say that was probably my favorite challenge so far, a game so far. I loved what was it called again? Wrap It Up, where they all rap about each other. I would have quit the game right then and there. And then comparable to, I don't know, I love when everybody has to do something about each other. And I liked, I don't remember if you guys had to draw or make clay of each other. I'm pretty sure it was your season, but had to like pick a cast member, be assigned a cast member to make.
Yeah, we made paintings in my season.
Okay.
There was a cake challenge, but that was before I got there. Yeah.
Those weren't cakes. Those were, I don't know, puddles of dessert.
Yeah.
That I remember clearly. That's how you know it's good. You remember it 6 seasons later. Jordan, if you had to make a rap for your circle game, would you do it? Would you suffer through it?
Oh yeah, sure. I'd come up with something.
You have to. You're in the situation.
I would pull inspiration from Taylor Swift, you know. It'd be more of a poem.
Oh yeah. Happy Dead Poet Society Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a big day for me.
I could tell. Jordan and I talked earlier, Alex, and it was like, I don't know, 2. And she's like, I haven't watched all the episodes yet. I said, don't worry about it. Just watch now. You have plenty of time.
She's like, no, I have to listen to Tortured Poets again.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what's about Joe and what's about Matt and like really sort it through. I think it's all about Matt.
It's actually really embarrassing. I was up until like 2:00 this morning.
What did you do? So what do you do at that point? Do you listen to the whole album? Do you take notes? Like, how do you Swiftie?
Well, we're getting way off topic.
That's okay.
She released them at different times. So like at midnight Eastern time, she released like the first 16 songs, like the basic album, right? And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, she released 15 more songs. We didn't know that was happening. So I just got through listening to the first 16 songs, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. I'm going to be processing this for like weeks. And then
wait, she dropped 32 songs? Or
31? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 31. A lot of way more songs than you would expect on one album.
So many more songs.
But you knew that the album was coming in general. You just weren't expecting it to be that big, right?
Right. Yeah. It's like a double album.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we don't get paid for this. This is all volunteer. So we always say have fun. If you would rather listen to Taylor, we can fill you in on what happened on the circle. There's plenty of time to talk about it next week. And there's lots of Swifties. So maybe this becomes a Taylor Swift podcast.
Hey, that's okay.
We just say everything in lyrics. And then getting back, sidebar over, guys. Fast forward about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if you didn't want to hear that. Too late. Max comes in finally, and that's the beginning of episode 3, and everybody's obsessed with Max. We talked about it a little bit before. There was some game going on, and I didn't even pay attention to this one, to be honest. So I really don't know what to say about that one. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but not one person suspected Max as the AI. I couldn't believe it. I would have thought for sure. They say there's an AI coming in. Wouldn't you think it's a new player? Maybe not.
I mean, the thing is some of Max's messages are a little stilted and a little weird, but most messages in the circle are a little stilted and a little weird. It's not how anybody realistically messages somebody in real life. Like if you separate and like just look at the transcripts of these chats, like no one is texting their friends like that. No one is texting anybody like that. And I think Max does a good job of saying, okay, I've looked at other chats, not like it just knows how to behave in the game.
Yeah.
It's doing a really good job generally of doing that.
And I'm sure there must be something where they load in, I don't know how AI works completely, but like all the prior seasons of the circle, and can analyze how many Catfish won, how many,
it has
all these different.
It has data sets and yeah.
Jordan, did you get to see Max come in?
Yes, I got to see like his intro.
Okay. Did you notice anything off kilter that might tip you off that he was a catfish?
No, I thought it was really smooth. Like,
okay.
I thought, like, if I was in there, I would probably not, if I found out this was were you saying that they told them that there was an AI?
Yes, they did.
I didn't get to that part, but I don't think I would have suspected him. I think that I would have thought it was like Olivia, maybe.
I mean, everybody is pointing their fingers towards Steffi because Steffi is like focused on astrology and she's focused on yoga and she has like these sort of buckets that she specializes in. So everybody's like, oh, she just keeps talking about astrology. She must be a computer. When it's like, no, that's just what she's into and believes in and like follows. But yeah, everybody's pointing the finger at Steffi for the most part.
I know I'm biased because I can see it, obviously. They can't see each other. But to me, a Steffi personality would kind of belong on the circle. Kind of that kooky out there, trying to rally everybody together through yoga and horoscopes. Which, how do you do horoscopes just off the top of your head?
I mean, if it's your thing, it's your thing.
I didn't even know that. I thought you had to star chart. I don't know. Again, I know how nothing works.
Yeah.
Jordan. Oh, sorry, Alex. Go ahead. It's hard to see when someone's speaking.
Oh, it's okay. It's, you know generally, oh, a Cancer is this, a Taurus is this. It's all, and with astrology, it's all very vague. You could be absolutely wrong about it as long as you say it with positivity. You could say, oh, a Gemini, so flaky. I don't know if that's true, but if you say it with confidence, it becomes true. Is that true? I don't know.
Are Geminis out?
Yeah. Jordan, shots fired. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. What's your take on astrology, Jordan?
Well, I mean, I will say as a Gemini, like, I don't really believe in it, but I will say that there are definitely like traits that I hear being described as Geminis that definitely like go along with my personality. So, I mean, I don't know anything about it. I know where my birthday is and where I fall in there. That's about it. So,
yeah. I mean, I think Steffi's fault in this is that a lot of her personality is now attributed to like this sort of new age woo-woo, like horoscope, astrology, yoga stuff. And she needs to, in order to get further in this game, which I don't think she's going to go much further in this game. In order to do that, she would need to like branch out beyond that and show who she is as like a person versus as like someone who can do astrology.
Like a character.
Yeah. She needs more to her personality, like beyond just being a character who is a, woo-woo, whatever. But more to her personality, like more of who she is, not just what she's interested in.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I was really surprised that Miles got most human. I kind of thought that Miles would be, or Lauren would be, I'm sorry, because everybody really was loving her and then Max. So I was surprised by that. Did you guys see that coming?
I didn't see that part.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, let me back up.
Okay.
You had to choose who was the most human and the most likely to be the AI bot in like a ranking.
Okay.
So yeah, Miles got Papi Fuego, most human.
I could see that.
We don't see what the rankings are in that, do we? We just get that,
that
Miles is number one. It makes sense to me based on that first game, the yes or no questions, because he has the most flaw, like he had more answers that went against the group than anybody else.
He did. That's what might make me suspicious he was a catfish too, though. Maybe not the most realistic catfish. I think I love you, Caress, but I think
they were going against the grain, it means they're trying too hard?
If they're going against the grain, there's like a strategic reason for it. They're not trying to fit in as not being the AI.
Yeah. But I mean, when they did that first challenge, well, I guess they didn't know AI would be there. The AI wasn't there, but they wouldn't know. Yeah.
I did write down
with that challenge, if it was AI playing it, well, no, it would weigh out the options and choose, but I don't know how it would choose. I think it would try to choose the most popular.
This is so hard. Trying to think like an AI. I don't blame them for having suspicions, because even us talking about it, we know who the AI is, and we can't figure it out.
But so who did they think was the least human? The most likely to be the AI?
I mean, it's looking like Steffi.
Yeah. They didn't say, like, that wasn't the ranking shown.
Okay.
The only ones that they showed, I have Max and Steffi voted Lauren most human. Kyle chose Miles as most human. And then Caress/Paul chose Kyle. And the only one that we saw that's negative, Steffi chose Paul or Caress last. And then Paul chose Steffi. So those were the only ones that you saw definitively were last.
Okay.
Which the Catfish seems to be picking up on Catfish pretty well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then we saw that the most human person blocks the person who they think is the least human. Again, Steffi, it looks like, is going to be the choice. But do you think they're setting that up to look that way? Or you might, I don't know if you know what happens, Alex.
I don't know anything about the season.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm 95% certain that Steffi is going to be the first person blocked.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's everything that Miles doesn't like the astrology stuff. So even if she wasn't
that's true.
a robot, it's like, well, fuck this, get this out. Let's.
Do you remember who called Miles out in the rap battle? I might have written it down, but there were a couple that thought Miles was a catfish. And I was thinking if he wanted to do it just based on personal game, that might be the way to do it. Let's see. And I even wrote my note. I should put the notes in the transcript. They're so detailed. That's why these episodes take so long. Let's see. Who wrote about Miles? Oh, QT and Miles wrote about each other and had hype tracks. So never mind. I must be thinking of Kyle. He had a couple of enemies in the group rap or wrap it up. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Steffi's probably going to go. But I could also see them kind of like with the Love is Blind trailers where they pretend two people are the couple that end up engaged and it's just two cast members you don't see that much.
But no, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure of it, but I'm sure of it.
Jordan, from what you've seen so far, who would you think is least human?
If I didn't already know.
Yes.
Well,
we don't know Alex is pretty sure, but it hasn't been released yet.
So this is they voted on. Did they vote on this instead of doing voting for the influencers this time? A different vote?
Yeah. So, the most human was the influencer who then kicks off the person they think is least human.
They think is.
Okay. I don't know. I really do think. I keep coming back to Olivia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And I think the group would sway me towards Steffi. Even if I didn't know, I would think it was Steffi too. There's just too many people who think it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of what the conversations revolve around. Max is pushing for Steffi. A lot of people are pushing for Steffi.
Yeah.
So honestly, Miles could do whatever Miles wants to do.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking, too. If he would make a crazy strategic move, like block Lauren
the way it's shaped, I doubt that would happen. But that might be a smart move because it might be a
because then you
smart
get
move
out your
because,
biggest competition.
Yeah, why would I get rid of a computer when I could get rid of somebody who's bona fide, like
Top of the game.
going to beat me at the end of this game?
Yeah.
But
I could see that backfiring too, because if they do something like that, maybe the other alliance comes for them.
I mean, blocking people is always going to be difficult because the other alliance is always going to come for you. It's like there's no right answer when it comes to blocking.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I think Steffi is the safest option for him to block.
Oh yeah, I agree. What about you, Jordan?
I was gonna say, and too, like if you're going and blocking somebody that has like maybe publicly called you out for catfishing, then maybe, people after seeing you do that might be more suspicious that you are a catfish. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so hard to sit on this side and think how I would play the game in the game, because I want to say I would be in it to win the money.
Yeah.
But I would feel bad about voting certain ways. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to play the game. You got to play the game.
Something that people forget all the time is that it's not a game about getting the catfish out. It's a game about making it to the end and winning the money.
Yeah.
If you're really about strategy, personal connections are strategy in a way that it's just to advance you. And it doesn't matter if they're a catfish. It doesn't matter if they're a computer. If you think they're going to rate you high, you want to keep them in.
Yeah, but it seems like everybody tries to pick out the catfish right away. I'm surprised there aren't more people going, who cares? Like you're saying.
Yeah. No one should care.
Because you still have that relationship. Lauren, are you picking it? I mean, Lauren, Jordan, are you? I'm fine, I swear. Are you picking out the catfish, or are you strategic? What kind of a player are you?
I guess that's a good point. I was just thinking, I've never really thought about it that way because, yeah, I feel like, I haven't watched every season of this show, but the ones that I have watched, I do feel like a big part of it is people trying to figure out who's catfishing and who's not. But really at the end of the game, it doesn't really matter. Or put that in my notes if I ever go on the circle. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. How would you play?
I would catfish.
Okay.
I would 100% be a catfish.
I want to say I'd catfish to make Alex proud, but I do think I'd play as myself. Not that I think I have the best shot at winning, but I just don't think I could convincingly keep up with being someone else. It's hard enough to be me.
I would lose so hard. I would be terrible at it.
The thing is, there's only one winner in the end anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay to lose.
It is. And then
nothing.
Then you just have more opportunities later, maybe to come back as a all catfish season, or Joey was on Too Hot to Handle. So you never know. And you make friends, which is cool too.
Yeah.
I see you guys together a lot. Not as much now. I think you guys have been busy, but hangouts and chats and everything.
Yep. At the end of every season, there's typically a party.
Yeah. Like Jordan and I have never met in person. The three of us have never met in person. And I feel like you guys must bond together more because you have this whole experience that nobody else has gone through, I guess. It's like
shared
everybody
trauma?
from Love is Blind. Yeah, shared trauma. I don't know. Yours doesn't seem that bad. Wasn't it traumatic at all?
No, it's just a shared experience.
Yeah.
It's not trauma.
Trauma bonding.
It's an absolutely...
Hi, Gina.
No, it's the cat. The cat's being...
Oh. He wants attention.
Yeah. Asshole. Yeah.
The only other thing I thought was that I know you picked your character out of a book, right? It wasn't, you didn't know Adam beforehand. You guys got to meet after.
Yeah.
But for the people catfishing as people they know, how convincing they are to that person. So like how close to Olivia does Olivia think Brandon is, and how close to, well, actually I saw Paul say that his sister did a terrible job playing him. So that I know. But other than that, like how true to life in that person's eyes. Because some of it's
sure
embarrassing.
It's vastly different. No one can ever be you. And
no, but if you know someone well enough.
No one knows anybody well enough to be them.
I don't know.
I'm sure of it.
All right. Any last thoughts, guys?
I'm excited to see where the season's going. I wish, the one thing I wish for this season so far in the first block of episodes is that no one's been blocked. We've had 4 episodes.
I know.
And there's not been a single, like, I'm going to somebody's apartment to visit them. It's just, so it's sort of dragged a little for me. I like how strategic everything is, but I also want the game to, like, keep advancing. I want to see more people joining.
And it was hard to do the outline too because of that. There were so many little pieces that I didn't want to go chat by chat.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing that yet. I mean, we still managed to talk for an hour about it, but that was 4 episodes. And they did that with Love is Blind this season too, where it was like a whole bunch of pods and not, you waited like quite a few episodes to see who got engaged and everything. So I don't know if that's just a Netflix thing, but that kind of drove me crazy too. I think I texted Jordan or someone and I was like, why did we sign up to do this?
Oh yeah, you
too many chats.
Said something about this is why you don't watch The Circle anymore.
Yeah. I did. I'm sorry, I did. I quit for 4 seasons.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. That's all.
Well, yeah. And to be fair, we also stopped doing the podcast for like 3 years. So
it took a long break.
I was checked out. I watched Love is Blind. That was enough for me. Which, speaking of, I'll take care of a couple of orders of business. I have some exciting Love is Blind stuff to show you guys. And then in honor of Steffi, who we think is getting blocked this week, I have been doing spirit animal cards. I don't know how to do them. So there's 54 cards. I've just been having everybody pick a number from 1 to 54. So we'll go ladies first. Jordan, pick a number from 1 to 54.
9.
9. Okay. Alex, 1.
You ready?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry. Yeah.
27.
And 27. Okay. Jordan, do you want to talk a little bit about who's coming up next and give me like 2 seconds to count these out?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So in our recorded episode bank, we have an episode with Austin from Love is Blind, season 6.
Yes, we do.
That one's a really entertaining one. And then we also spoke to Dion from season 6, which is a really good one. And our most recent thing that we recorded, if you guys missed the live, we talked to Amy and Johnny from season 6, and we've got some exciting people coming up. Sunny and Sarah Ann. Anybody else coming up?
Yeah, we have a lot of cast of the circle actually.
Let
me pull up. We're just waiting. We're little guys, so we're still working on making relationships with Netflix and all that. So as soon as Netflix gives the go ahead, we have Brandon, Cassie, Caress, Steffi, just off the top of my head. So we're trying to get everybody in as quickly as possible. It is a lot of work. So we're trying, guys. But on another note, we'll get back to the spirit animal cards. Alex, I'll read yours first since Jordan picked first. You have Fox opportunities, and I will send these to you guys. You must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way.
Well, that's good. That's a good card.
You think it applies at all?
Yeah, I'm sure it applies. Absolutely.
It always applies.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, I like this one. You have dear gentleness. I didn't read them all, but let's see. This is a reminder to be more gentle with yourself and others. The grace, sensitivity, and gentleness of the spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart.
I like that. That's
yeah.
nice.
I guess forgive yourself for being up till 2 watching Taylor.
I guess so.
We do. Okay, guys. The other thing I want to do real quick, and I'll do it as fast as possible. So we have a whole bunch of new merch in the Etsy shop, Love is Blind Reality TV, LovePod Reality TV. So of course we have the gold glasses. We also have tumblers, which we're out of at the time. But get your Love is Blind gold glasses. We have to come up with something for the circle. I don't have any ideas of circle merch we can make.
What merch is it? It's an unbrandable show.
No, I'll think of something. I made Joey groupie pillows once for someone. I did like the pillow covers. I'll have to share that. I forgot I did that. It was just like a one-off thing. And I was like, yeah, I can do that.
I can make that happen.
Yeah. Then we just got these super cute Love is Blind FBI journals. They say the FBI works hard. Love is Blind fans work harder, with the little wine glass over there. And then on the back, of course, it says, obviously. We also have these adorable little LovePod mugs. I feel like a QVC person that Jordan made for us. So I just got another shipment of those in. And then we have so many LovePod shirts. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. We've got new tank tops. We've got sweatshirts and hoodies and t-shirts. So please support us, guys. We don't have ads and we don't have a Patreon, maybe one day. And I think that is it for this week. Tune in for future episodes. Jordan already mentioned. And I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Love Pod. Coming up soon on the podcast, we have more Love is Blind interviews coming your way. We have Julian from season 3. We have Austin and Dion from season 6. And we also have Amy and Johnny from season 6. We are so excited about that interview. That was so much fun. Also, we're going to have more circle recaps coming up in the following weeks as the new episodes come out. So make sure that you subscribe to the Love Pod so you don't miss these next recaps, because we are really excited to see how all of this plays out and we definitely want to talk about it. So thank you so much for listening. Make sure you go follow the Love Pod and we will see you guys next week.